the European Central Bank has announced the largest rate hike ever. It is 0.75% up from 0%. It is a way to fight inflation despite the recession fears. Now, markets have largely priced it at a 75 basis point hike, but the move follows a move after the negative 0.5% to zero in July's meeting. Now, the central bank, which sets the monetary policy for 19 euro-using nations, 19 nations, has kept rates in a negative territory since 2014 in a bid to spur spending and combat low inflation. The European Central Bank, well, they announced the increase in interest rate rise, taking its benchmark deposit rate of 0.75% point, and they're saying that this is a major step towards the transition from what they're seeing in terms of very high inflation rates at a 30, 40 year high in many of the countries that carry the euro, and they want to be able to get to a point where they return back to the 2% minimum term target. Now, the central bank has added that they expect to raise interest rates further because inflation remains far too high and it's likely to stay above target for an extended period of time. It's been revised that inflation expectations forecasting at an average of 8.1% in 2022, 5.5% in 2023, and 2.3% in 2024. The markets have largely priced it at a 75 basis point hike, with the euro remaining flat against the British pound and rising slightly against the dollar. And those were the numbers. That was it is almost at parity with the dollar. The euro has dipped below 99 cents for the first time in 20 years. Now, this move by the central bank follows a hike from their negative a half percentage point to zero, which was just a few months ago, but it is their way of slowly increasing the interest rate, although there's a lot of concern that this could lead to a recession, as now they're facing what would be in the Eurozone a rising 9.1% inflation rate for the month of August, which is setting a 9th consecutive record high. Inflation is almost turbocharged by what is happening now with the energy prices, the crisis that continues as Russia's invasion of Ukraine since February, and of course cutting off the supply from Russia to Germany when it comes to the gas supplies. Now, prices have been risen on other categories as well, including food, clothing, cars, household appliances, and services. And when you factor in the ongoing supply chain issues, as well as the heat wave that the country's been experiencing, and that's off, a couple of years of COVID, well, this is driving up prices. Now, the GDP across the Eurozone increased by 0.8% in the second quarter of 2022. Many analysts say that the Eurozone's recession is going to happen. It's something that cannot be avoided in the coming months as consumer spending power is squeezed and business struggle to pass on higher input costs to their consumers.